Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Isle of Man in the UK. This is John and Mike's MMA Corner.
Kevin Lee, back again. We've
Yes,
met in
sir.
Belfast.
Yes,
and I
sir.
tell you what, since Belfast, things are going pretty good for you.
Yeah,
You're not doing too bad. You're doing all right. Got a couple of wins here and there.
Yeah. Trying to, for me, it's consistency.
Yeah.
Trying to stay consistent, trying to keep fighting. Win or loss, I approach it the same way. You go back even after the win. I look at what I did right. I look at what I did wrong.
Yeah.
I get back in the gym and I do it again.
Exactly. Even a win, you can still do stuff wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I try and always stay humble in my preparation.
Yes.
I'm very confident in the way before the fight.
Yeah.
But I try to at least stay humble in the preparation and the actual fight.
Yes.
And that's one of the beauties about the fight game. It will humble you.
Oh.
If you ain't humble, it will. It'll show you. It'll show you what you're missing. So I had to make sure that I had to stay on top of that type of stuff, on top of being, what I am still.
Yeah, and the thing is, your confidence, you can see it when you're doing the media, you're talking, and it shows in your performances. It's not like you're putting this alter ego on. And when you go in the cage, you shy away.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing the Michael Johnson.
Yeah.
That's what I call it, the Michael Johnson. You watch him. He's talking all this big mess before, and that's why I even called him out during the press conference, because you can tell, you can kind of tell. And at least me as a fighter, I can tell when somebody's putting on that act, when they're just doing it just for the camera. He talking about taking a man's soul, and then halfway through the first round, you look at his eyes, and he's scared to death. He's throwing punches, but they aren't, they're sharp punches because he obviously trains and he's obviously very technical. But in his manner and his his approach, he's not going forward. He's breaking. You can see it.
Because he was doing really well, but like you said, it stopped. And he stopped being offensive going forward. And Gaethje just got blessed.
And then
it changed.
It was like those get the fuck off me punches.
Yes. Give me space. Give me space to breathe.
What's his name?
Gaethje?
Aljamain Sterling.
Oh, Aljamain Sterling.
Aljamain Sterling used to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Aljamain Sterling would talk this big mess before the fight, and he would talk about Shabbat, he talk about everything. He would try his best, but then during the fight, you can tell he's trying to keep away from me. You don't really want to fight.
No.
And I think that shows through in the performances. And I think Aljamain actually did a great job in his last fight in bouncing back and showing that he can be a more of a well-rounded fighter.
He's maturing as an adult. That's the thing. He's still really young, and it's a mindset. And because he's got the guys like Longo and Sarah, they can steer him in that right direction. And you yourself, like your coach Wallace, he's a smart dude.
He's a smart man, and that's why I keep him around too. You look at the mental aspect of the game. I think you can put him up with any coach in the world, and he's going to be able to go move for move. He's going to go able to go skill for skill, and mindset for mindset. So the UFC fans have got to see me kind of grow up too. When I first started, I was 20 years old. I was a kid. So and I've been able to get in there, get that mat time, get those rounds in, and now it's time to capitalize.
Well, he did against Gaethje. He didn't waste any time.
Well, I've kind of learned
it's
that
5 rounds. Yeah, I ain't doing that.
And I was prepared to go all 5 rounds, and I actually would have preferred, to be honest, because I did so much preparation, I did so much cardio, and I did so much work that you almost want to kind of show the folks. You want to show. I'm kind of a flashy guy.
I got new skills. I want to put on.
I like to show out a little bit. So I was hoping it would go to 5 rounds, but one thing I've learned, and that comes with experience, is you got to take what a guy gives you. It wasn't even in my game plan to take him down, but once I felt his strength, I was like, oh well, that's where he's weak at, and I think that's where becoming a well-rounded fighter goes in. You see guys like Gaethje, you gotta realize you're gonna have to fight backwards. You're gonna have to, because he only knows one way. He only knows how to come forward, and a well-rounded, a smart fighter will be able to go backwards and pick them off and let them run into those shots.
I know it's a female, but Holly Holm is the perfect example. She is a beautiful footwork and counter striker.
And it's one of those things that people really underestimate, is that experience that she has. She has 30-something boxing matches on top of however many amateur boxing matches.
And kickboxing as well.
It's insane. And what people don't realize in MMA is that we don't have an amateur system built. up. You know, there's
it's
no.
there starting now. In
It's
the past couple of
right.
years, it's there, but like it's not. It wasn't there for you.
But
it wasn't
guys,
there for me.
And yeah, for me, guys were so quick to go.
Oh yeah,
to go
I'm
pro.
the same. I think I had 8 amateur bouts before I went pro. That ain't nothing. You should be doing 20 probably these days.
Agree. I had 10.
Yeah.
You know,
there you
I
go.
should have had, 20, 30 before, because it's in those moments, and everybody looks at Floyd Mayweather like he's undefeated, but they don't realize he's got 8 losses as an amateur.
Yeah.
It's those losses that you learn from, that you get better from.
Makes it better, yeah.
And even if they come as an amateur, if they come as a professional, whatever, you still get the same amount of experience. You still get that same lesson from the loss. It just so happens that when we do it in MMA these days, it's on a national stage. So people judge you against it.
Yes.
But it should happen in those amateur experience and the amateur days. And when you look at somebody like Holly Holm with all those fights, with all those experiences, that's why she's so smart in there.
Yeah, that's why she is. Yeah, she's a beautiful tactician when she's in that cage. The finish with Chiesa, it was in, okay? Forget the controversy. It kind of worked well, the controversy, because it got more eyes on that fight and you.
And I've been saying this.
It's a weird thing. It's like, I actually, as much as people say, oh, that shouldn't happen, it kind of worked well for you. It kind of actually worked out all right.
And I've been saying that since it happened.
Yeah.
Controversy is always good.
Yeah,
Any
yeah.
media is good media.
Yeah.
And I think even Dana played up to that, because people don't realize we were going head-to-head with that Bellator pay-per-view. It was the day before.
Yeah.
And when you look at the numbers, the Bellator pay-per-view, I think, drew 800,000,
Which is not bad.
850. It's not bad. But it was headlined by a title fight.
Yeah.
And you look at my card, it drew over 900,000, and it was on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
And the controversy definitely helps.
You
It
can
gets
come
people
back if
talking
you
about
want.
it.
It's okay. We're filming, but it's okay. I don't mind. It's okay. Come back. You stealing? Oh, right. Sorry.
No worries.
It's worked. So look, that was huge. But now you had a Tony Ferguson incident on the mics. You had a little back and forth.
Sure.
Tony with his comments. He can say what he likes. It's fine. And you had yours. Then Gaethje, like I want Gaethje. Now, then all of a sudden, this clusterfuck, let's put it this way, happened where Gaethje and Alvarez popped in, and it wasn't it was a bit rushed.
I will say
You
this.
must be annoyed about that.
It is annoying. It's frustrating, because I look at it as a fan, and I say I think they dropped the ball on it.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna do my part. I live in Las Vegas. They film it in Vegas.
Oh, nice.
I might stand outside like Muhammad Ali with a blowhorn and let them both know. I think I'm both in a tag team match like right now. But as a fan of the sport, I think they're killing tough, especially. The Ultimate Fighter's already been going down.
Yeah.
You put two guys that are already punch drunk. They can't really talk either. And they got females, so there's no back and forth between even that.
Yeah,
I don't think there's gonna be much back and forth between the coaches. It's just bad TV. It's just bad business.
Yeah,
if I'm looking at it from a business
You
standpoint,
need a heel.
you need something. You need somebody that is willing to go out there and give the folks what they're looking for. And I think I think even Sean Shelby even saw that's what they're looking for. That it was in me, but for some reason or another, it just didn't work out. But I'm still going. Your boy gonna slide himself up in there one way or another. Watch me.
I was going to say, you got to think now. Those two are matched up. Forget Conor, forget the Bellas, because it's nothing to figure out. No one knows what's going on with Khabib. He doesn't know what's going on himself. Barboza's injured. There's only kind of 2 potential guys above you in the rankings. Like Nate Diaz, he
ain't fighting.
He won't be fighting. So, what are you looking at though? Do you look at further in the ranks? Do you think, do I look a bit below? Because like for example, Mr. Duke Rufus said, you got Anthony Pettis. I don't know what are you thinking, man? What are you?
It's rough. It's interesting. And I think that's kind of what I bring to the division, is a little bit of new life.
Yeah.
Like you say, you look at all these other contenders, they're all stagnant.
Yeah.
You look at Tony, he's stagnant. You look at Khabib, he ain't fought in how long?
Yeah.
He's only beat one contender.
Yeah.
He's stagnant. You look at all these dudes. Nate Diaz ain't fighting.
No.
You got Conor off doing his own thing.
Exactly.
The rest of the division, Barboza's hurt, but even Barboza, like you kind of have already seen that, done that. I think I bring a little bit of new life to the game. That's why I thought me and Gaethje would have made more sense. I think maybe they're trying to build us up alongside each other, maybe, and you know,
like a number one contender fight, maybe, or something like that.
They're promoters. They're smart. They know what they're doing. They make the money. They, you know, so I give it to them. But when I look at it for my immediate future, I'm definitely gonna that UFC Detroit card is gonna be huge. I think it's gonna be huge, not only for me but for the sport. We'll have Mayweather McGregor will be done.
Yeah.
So we'll have that chance to kind of pull in some of those eyeballs.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the things that the UFC is missing, and I think they realize it, is the urban market.
Yeah.
You know, they haven't captured black people in America. And I think that's something, that's a value that I bring to the division and to the sport. So the UFC Detroit card, regardless of who they put me against, if it's Tony, if it's Ali Kenta, if it's Gaethje, if it's Alvarez, you know, I don't think that fight's gonna. I don't think they're gonna make it to the fight. Yeah, they both made a glass.
If one gets injured, you can just say, "All I'm like that."
Squeeze me in, I'm gonna squeeze them in there one way or another. Watch me. So either way, I think the fight will be huge, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
So that would be cool. The Detroit card. Would you like to trade? Because it's going to be something like the main event. What are you thinking about?
Yeah. I definitely got a headline. Come on, who else? Who else better than your boy?
Because we did get a chance to do 5 rounds last time. You got that 5 rounds in you now.
I much rather prefer 5 rounders.
Yeah, and the good thing about it is it's good to get experience. So if you can actually get a 5 rounder in you before a title fight, it's so beneficial because you can sit there and say, okay, my cardio was good, but then this was maybe a bit here. Let's just tweak it a bit. Let's tweak the camp a little bit, and that's probably the key to the fight. Not that you want to do a fight. When you get a 5, it's like, oh man, that could have been a 3-round fight. It wouldn't have made a difference. Got them down. Got them so quick. You know.
I think even more so than that, a 5-round fight really shows who's the better fighter.
Yes.
Overall, because once you get in that 2nd, 3rd round, you're both tired.
Yeah.
You know, the speed, the strength really doesn't matter. Now it's about technique. It's about technique and who can stick to the game plan and who can be smart. You know, who's not going to get into those brawls. Who's going to know what to do when they're hurt. Because you're going to have portions in a 5-round fight. You're going to be hurt, you know. And that's what it's going to show how well-rounded you are. If you can come back from being hurt, there's some of these guys in this division, like a guy like Khabib. He's never been in a bad position because he's never fought somebody who's put him in a bad position.
No.
So if he fights somebody like me, I think he's going to be out of his element. I don't think he's ever been hurt before, and I don't think he's ever been in that situation before. So a 5-round fight, I think, really favors me, and it favors the smarter, better fighter. So I would prefer if all my fights were 5-round from now. I mean, I think I should have.
You mean main event time? I'm
It's man. Look, your boy just stepped the level up. You know, your boy trying to level up. So
that's a good idea.
I think it should be 5 rounds from now on. So hey, if they ask me every time, I'm like, hell yeah, I'll do it. It's 2 extra weeks onto the camp, but it's so much better for me.
Yeah, it's so much better. Okay, I saw you picture all you guys, and TJ Dillashaw was there, and so TJ.
Oh yeah.
Like that dude is legit. Okay, so when you were sparring with him, you know, because obviously Dwayne Ludwig, is that something you thought about maybe spend a bit of time with Dwayne?
So with those guys, I had every camp I try and add on something new. Yeah. So for that one, I used a strength and conditioning coach that I hadn't used before, Coach Cal, which he coaches a lot of the Olympic wrestlers. That's why he had David Taylor was also there, Aaron Pico, a lot of these high-level wrestlers. And what he does is he does body metrics. So the reason why I brought him on, he measured every single day during the camp. He measured my body and told me exactly how my body was recovering during the night. So you know if you can push in the morning, or if you can push during the day, or it's not just about, we go off feel a lot of it, but it's good to have those numbers too. So that's why I added them, and I went down and did a strength and conditioning workout with him. And it was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. No lie.
You suddenly went,
no lie.
I ain't as strong as I think I am.
No lie. The hardest, because what he does is it's all of numbers. So he pushes your body past the point of no return.
Yes.
And then while you're in that fatigue state, then the workout starts. So for me, I have a really high heart rate that I can bring my body up to. I can bring up to about 204, 205. Ooh. So he brought me past that and then started the workout. And I was dying. I was dying. I even said that, but and I had to give him a little bit of criticism too, because Aaron Pico was right alongside me doing that workout. And for a kid that young, I mean, that's a lot. It was a lot. I would give it that, you know.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I think I'll tap out today. I'm feeling low.
Yeah, I'm starting in the red, coach. I'm starting in the red.
I'm rain check
Yeah,
this
no.
one, man.
After that one, I think I literally had to take like a week off. You know, after I could do a little strength and condition. I could not do any sparring. I could not do any moving around.
Just body was just
And that's just because I'm getting a little bit smarter, a little bit wiser, and just realize when you're tired like that, you know, your body breaks down.
Yeah.
That's where those injuries occur.
Well, I was going to say, because, you know, guys who are like in their 20s, like when you're 20 years old, I injured myself when I was 20. I just get back in there. You took through it, yeah.
You Wolverine.
Like, you have to listen. It's huge, especially in this sport, because that little injury leads to something else, because you're starting to maybe lean a little bit more on one side. And is that something you've learned now, that you rest a lot, you listen a lot more? Not rest a lot more, but you listen to your body more? Is that the key?
It's experience, you know. Yeah. Even in this last fight, you know, I kind of twisted up my knee during the fight, and it's not that bad, you know. But I gotta listen to it, you know. I can't. If I get, you know, they wanted me to fight in September. And I'm like, no, I should probably play it safe, you know, because you never know, you know, you get smart, you know. Yeah. If I mess my knee up, then I'm out for a year, you know. So I gotta play it smart, you know. You kind of realize even these minor things that don't really hurt that bad, and you can kind of push through. You realize you overcompensating somewhere else.
Yes.
You know, if you hurt your knee a little bit, that means this knee has to work a little bit harder, or that means that your hamstring has to work a little bit harder.
And that's what goes.
And then that's what ends up. It's your other knee, or it's your hamstring, or it's your calf, or Achilles.
Cruz, that's what happened to him. His knee was in recovering, and the other one ended up going. It's just
I mean, and it's experiences like that, and it's learning from guys like Dominic who have already been there, done that. Yeah. So I can kind of look at him and be like, okay, what did you do? So I don't do that shit, you know? Like I'm do the opposite of what you did.
So you're resting up, then that's fine. So. What do you got? What message you got then for these guys? There's guys who aren't fighting. There's guys who are now matched up that you would have liked to have. What's your message to 155?
Look, I'm definitely still pushing for the Gaethje fight. Gaethje and Alvarez, I think that's the fight to make. I don't care either one of them. I'll take them both on in a tag team match. So when I stand up tomorrow and I do that Q&A, I'm gonna tell them about themselves. They did a great job. They got great management. They played it right, you know. Like they stayed away from the tougher fight. I'm definitely the tougher fight. For him, it makes more sense to fight Gaethje because it's an easier fight. But to me,
that momentum's there.
It's a bitch shit, you know.
It's
like, you know, let's get it in. Like if you're here to make some money, like let's make some money. Like let's fight. Let's do it. I can bring you a lot more than Alvarez can. That's for damn sure.
Let's make a big money fight. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And the marketing, the PRs, the press conferences.
We just getting started, baby. Exactly. We just getting started. Look, like we're warming up.
You put the kettle on, it's just starting to sit. It ain't even boiling yet.
Not even yet. I'm not even 25 yet, you know. I turned 25 September. I'm a hell of a birthday because this year's gonna be great for me.
It's gonna be good, man. Look, before I let you shoot off, social media. Where do people get you, man?
They know it. They know it. Back. Everywhere. At Multi-Phenom. Usually, Instagram's always the best. Twitter, I never really use. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I should actually have somebody run my Twitter for me. I might get on there every now and again and talk a little bit of shit. That's about it. That's about it. Instagram, though, I'm usually pretty active, you know, doing stories. Yeah, and, you know, I like to reply a lot to people.
Yeah, because you lost to Anthony Johnson in ping pong.
Yeah. We did we filmed for Celebrity Sweat the other night. So I definitely got to get him back for that.
You gotta get him back
I ain't gonna fight the motherfucker, but I play ping pong. You know. I told him I'm confident, but I ain't that confident. I ain't stupid. You know, there's weight classes for a reason.
And he's a separate kind of weight class. Kevin, man, pleasure, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Legend.
Thank you.